Alright, I'm going to try to, in this video, show you how to start to use this Maschine Micro and the Maschine 2 program to not only like record a beat, but also to perform it like you might do in front of people. So notice I've started by opening up this program called Maschine 2. This is what it looks like when it opens up. The first thing I'm going to do is to click Browse. That gives me access to all the sounds, and then I'm going to talk about the difference between a group and an instrument. So notice up here it says group. A group is basically like a drum kit. It's like a group of sounds that make a drum kit together. An instrument, on the other hand, if I turn this knob, it'll go over to say instrument. That's like a keyboard or a flute or something that I might use to write like a hook for a song that I might add after I've made my basic beat. So for now, I'm going to focus on the group because that I'm trying to make a drum kit to begin with. And then I'm going to use the filter to figure out what type of drum beat I'm going to find. So notice up here, these three buttons, F1, F2, F3, will always correspond to these three parts of the screen. So I'm first going to use the F1 filter, and then I'm going to go on to use the list right after that to choose a beat. So if I look here, notice this arrow will allow me to use different parts of the filter. So I'm going to start out, I'm going to look at all of the, I'm not going to use the file type, I'm just going to click to the right to get to the product. If I scroll through here, you'll see like I can use basically one product here. So I'm just going to leave it at all and move forward. The next one is the type of drum kit. I can choose a kit, I can choose a loop, or I can choose multi-effects. Since I'm trying to make my own drum beat rather than a loop that's already there, I'm going to choose kit and then again push to the right. The subtype is where it gets kind of useful. I can choose what type of drum kit I want, whether it's a digital kit or a drum synth kit or a percussion kit. If you get to know these different types of groups, you can tell like, oh yeah, vinyl kits are what I usually like. That's the type of sound that I'm most interested in. I'm going to choose a digital kit right now, and then again I push to the right to kind of exit that menu. You can also choose some favorites, but I haven't done that, so that isn't useful yet. What I've done here is I've taken all of the drum sounds that are available and I've filtered them down to only the digital kits, which makes my choices a little bit easier. Once I've done that, I can go to the list by pushing F2. Then you'll notice as I turn this knob on the screen, it'll like select a bunch of different sounds, a bunch of different drum kits, and I can see the name up here. So if I want to try the 50 tons kit, if I push that button, I can get a bunch of different sounds that are unique to that sound. So, sorry, unique to that group. Then if I choose a different one, like, oh, I don't know, the glitch kit, I get a whole bunch of different sounds that I can play with, and they're unique to that group. The one that I'm going to choose is called the Magic Island kit, because I like that name. There's something there that I can work with, and once I've done that, I can go on to actually writing my beat.